G'day guys, Tais Gaming, and today we're going to have a look at the question and answer event held in Discord a few days ago, with the answers provided by
Takuro Mizobe.
Will there be different rarities for powers? Of course yes. Have the hardware requirements changed? Probably yes, we'll check it. Once captured, can powers die or will they just faint? That penguin rocket launcher got me thinking. I really want POW to die permanently sometimes, but don't worry, they are tough. To which he followed up also and said, fainted will also be implemented. Will the game have a story and a storyline progression? Short storyline. Will there be different variants, shinies of powers? In thinking. Will the multiplayer have dedicated servers I can run myself? Should be. Will the devs ever be interested in an AMA or Reddit? Interesting. Will the game come to other platforms such as Xbox? We'd like to support other platforms as well. For now, there is no information. In a few of the trailers we saw powers fuse. Will all be able to fuse? And if so, with set powers or with anyone? All should be able to fuse. Some powers might fuse to something special. Is there a building like Ark Survival, or is it pre-build building that you place down? Of course you can build like other games. Will there be romance options for your characters with NPCs that are not bandits? Hahaha. Some NPCs look really cute, and you know there are also female POW. Is it possible to enslave the boss POWs? That is what I want to create it. Co-op multiplayer or even PvP? Many players enjoy PvP on Ark, would like to follow it, but firstly we have to provide simple co-op. Sorry if I'm being annoying, but will the game be more randomly generated or will it be more like Create-topia with pre-generated places? Pre-generated, POW sometimes randomly spawns in development. How many players will the multiplayer allow? As many as possible, at least personally I'd like to support more than 16 players in dedicated server. Is a collaboration with Game Freak planned? I'd love to play this game but with Pokemon instead. Big Brother is at the door, modified. Can you send the captured POWs out for gathering resources, similar to Monster Hunter companions? In test, if it is cool, finally we'll merge it. How many species are you planning at launch? More than 100, 150, 151. Can I get a free Steam key? I'll give you a free key if you pay me. Will there be in-game purchases? I had never thought about it. How do you think? Would there be potential for mod support via Steam Workshop? I'd love it. Is there gonna be like a level system? If yes, for the humans, the powers, or perhaps both? Both. Are there plans for continued content releases / updates after the official release, or will it be restricted to bug fixes and patches? We'd like to continue updates. We saw the castle in the trailers. Will there be pre-existing cities and or villages, or will they be populated with NPCs? Some buildings are pre-existing. By the way, V Rising Castle is really interesting for me. Do powers have customizable skills as well as the player? POW should have 4 customizable skills. Where exactly do you see both Palworld and Pocket Pair possibly going towards in the coming months / years? We want to provide a truly great gaming experience, not just a concept. I often play survival games rather with jerks I know than ones I don't know. Will we be able to host our own little private service to roam with our own people? Yes. Can I catch or breed more than one of every POW? To which he's put a picture of the RPG being used to capture more than one POW. Fully open world or instance / island based? Open world. Will there be a difficulty setting so you can make the game more challenging for yourself / friends? Should have. Can POWs evolve? What POW is evolving? Some POW? ? What elemental types are there? 6. Not so many. I wonder if we can take the POWs and have them do lot of things inside a player-made fort and even have them be used to defend it, or will it be like Craftopia and we just make whatever? In development, if it is too complicated, it is stressful for the player about raids. How does the catch-up system that was shown in the recent trailer work? 50%, 70%, 100% gotcha, or sometimes it failed. Can you be part of a villain team like Team Rocket or Galactica? Up to you, I hope you are beautiful mind. Will there be stealth options in combat? There was sanity rather than affection. I wonder if you would understand what I want to say. Will Palworld link to Vroid like Craftopia? Not sure for now. Assuming there is modding, how in-depth will it be? Will it be limited to stat changes, or will it go as far as the ability to make your own pals and locations? It would be nice if some guy could. Can I build a factory and give my pals unfair wages? Yes, you don't even need to pay any wage, just need to feed or die. Will the game have cool boss fights and a petting sim for some Palworld creatures? Yes. Will we be able to customize our characters? Yes. What is the scale of the current map looking to be? I'm curious as to how big the world is and how long it will take to cross whatever landscape we are put in. I can't describe the exact size, but I think it is large. Is there a typing or elemental system, like water moves being strong against fire? Yes. Will we have multiple save files? Should have. Torture? I love it. Is there an enchantment system like the one in Craftopia? No, Palworld has already a lot of systems, but I like to squeeze the power to get an essence. Who does the music composition? Tatsuya Yano, who is famous for Tilia Series and Koei. I'm probably butchering that, sorry about that. It's been revealed that pals can work for you as either paid employees or slaves. What form of payment do pals take? Did the slaves ever receive a payment in history? Is it going to have a seamless map from the beginning, or will it have the little maps like Craftopia? Open world. We see multiple people trying to possibly catch a pal. If once the pal defeated, everyone gets one, or must they fight for it? Guys must be friend, right? No ball throwing races. Will we be able to plant explosive in pals and then let them walk around to trick other players, which then gets killed by the explosion? Palworld is peaceful world. Do pals die of old age, or will they live forever as long as you don't get them killed, starve them to death, or work them to death in factory? Pal must work as long as they live and they don't get older generally. We already know you can employ pals to do work for us. Can we do similar for human NPCs? I really want to throw ball to human. You too, right? How has the process been for the devs, designing pals, the terrains and systems? Was there anything that caused a struggle or any unexpected setbacks? A lot of hard things. Try new game system, raid, power accident, turn over the feed box is really interesting part in game development, but it doesn't always work fine. Will every pal of the same species be the same size, or will they be able to find bigger and smaller? Would add more replayability if you want to get that extra big small pal. A leader pal should be larger than others in same species. Is there going to be a mystery dungeon spin-off? I would love to play as a pal. I love roguelike as well. After Palworld spreads to the world, it could happen. Assuming that the player can take the evil route and treat pals as slaves and generally get away with treating them poorly, will players ever have to worry about pals revolting and fighting back? Of course you always have to take care of revolting. When pals' sanity is quite low, anything could happen. Will there be organisations / companies in the game, like Peter, that will try to stop you from enslaving pals? Some cult groups exist. They think pals are better than human. Shoot the guy who steps on pals' tower. Will pals be rideable, and if so, will you be able to fly on them? Not including the giant flying rail, of course. You can ride or do some pal action with many pal. Do characters poop in this game? Pal is alive and it means ... Will there be an official website where we can check all the pals that will be in the game? Let's find them in Palworld by yourself. Be Pal Master. In one of the trailers that was released, the X button, like what you would find on a PlayStation's and PlayStation games, pops up as a prompt. Is this a possible hint that the game is also being released ... No, just by coincidence, man. What is some of the Palworld's lore? Long ago, oops, this margin is too narrow to contain. There is a green pal that die of overwork every time. If it dies, can I use it anymore? If the pal is Kuroshi, of course he is already wasted. You can just find new one. In the newest trailer, you were on a Grisbolt while it was shooting its gun at Dig Tais, but there was a human fighting alongside you. Who was that? Multiplayer. Can we remove limbs from pals and replace them with tools, like instead of 2 hands, 2 guns or pickaxes? Hahaha, probably no amputation for adult reasons. Who is your favourite pal? And he has a little toucan looking bird thing as a picture. So let's say hypothetically that I am someone who has never heard of Palworld and I know nothing at all about the game. What would you say, aside from the basics about Palworld, that would... What if enemy monster lives in real world? Will the time of day affect encounters? For example, some powers you can only find at night while others only during day. Yes. Will the base stats of each power remain constant, or will they be buffed, nerfed constantly with balance patches? Could be, but for now even we don't know, depends on the situation. What is one of the favourite features you're really excited about getting to see players experience? Hard to say, just enjoy everything, let's find your powers, let's find your favourite friend power. Bucky will be getting a raise after the months of repeatedly answering the same question over and over, and likely developing PTSD for whenever someone pings them asking for a release date. Haha, be more kind to Bucky, he's an awesome guy. Thanks to him, the Q&A event works well. Will the powers have abilities that aren't purely focused on damage, like abilities that buff team members, stun the enemy, weaken them, etc.? Yes. Are there names for all that have been shown? Yes. By the way, the translation of name is really hard, you know. Some native English speaker checked, but sometimes we might need more help from community. Will players be able to nickname the powers they capture? For example, I want to capture a lift monk and name it Blaster. Will I be able to have the game display its name as Blaster, or will it always, I assume, be lift monk? Yes, you can. It's important. Notice, Blaster is crying somehow, Blaster is breaking feed box, Blaster looks strange, as if he wants to kill. They say all it takes is a little courage, so how much did you have to gather to get the start of Palworld, Craftopia and even Pocket Pair going? I have too many things to describe it, I'd like to answer in some other opportunities. The last question is, will you be holding any kind of QA event with players in the future? I would especially like to see a similar event in the Japanese version, of which he answers in Japanese, but I believe he is saying yes.